I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is COLM McGuigan for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to be joined by Andrew Maloney here in Las Vegas. Andrew, you're part of this iconic card, May 20th. What does it mean to you to be in a world title fight in Las Vegas?
Oh, look, this is what dreams are made of. This is everything that I've worked for my whole life, to fight, not only fight for a world title, but on a huge show like this in Vegas at the MGM. This is every boxer's dream, and I've worked so hard for the last almost 20 years now, and I feel like this is my moment, and this is how I've dreamt it for so long, and it's almost here, so I couldn't be more excited.
You and your brother are always side by side. Is this a moment for you and your family, not just yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. The dream's always been for me and Jason both to be world champions, but to be able to do it 1 week apart, to do this training camp together as a team, as a family, and to have a lot of our family coming over, and it's honestly, it just feels like this is all meant to be. It honestly does. It feels like everything we've dedicated our life to for the last 20 years comes down to this moment, and this is our story. This is how it was supposed to unfold, and just couldn't be more excited.
Nakatani's a really tough opponent for you, unbeaten fighter. What do you think his weaknesses are, and how do you exploit them on May 20th?
Yeah, look, I've said it a few times now. I think this fight's going to come down to will. I think we're both going to meet centre ring. He's an aggressive fighter, and so am I, and it's going to come down to who wants it more, and I 100% believe that's me, and I'm not leaving that ring without that belt strapped around my waist.
Where do you push on from once you get that world title on the 20th of May? Where do you go next?
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm honestly not looking past this fight. This is everything. This means everything to me. Winning this world title will make me the happiest man in the world, and honestly not thinking past it. But of course, down the line, unifications, undisputed is the ultimate goal, obviously, but winning this fight means everything to me, and that's all I'm focused on right now.
Iconic card here, Haney Lomachenko. How do you think that main event goes? And break that down for me.
It's a tough one, I think at the moment, my gut feeling is that Haney's going to be a little bit too big, a bit too long, very, very skillful, obviously. I think his activity at the moment and Vasil's Lomachenko's lack of activity lately will be a big factor, and I think Haney wins on points.
Obviously, there's a massive show in town this week. Tank, Garcia. How do you think that goes? And can you give me a prediction for that one?
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight. It's awesome that these guys are coming together. You see so many big fights like this get talked about and never happen, so it's great it's finally come together. I've changed my mind a few times on this one, but I do think that Tank, mainly because of the rehydration clause, I think the weight's going to affect Ryan a little bit. I think the rehydration's going to affect him. I think he's going to be a little bit weakened from that, and Tank's a huge puncher, so I think Ryan will start strong, but I think Tank catches him around 8 to 12 somewhere and stops him late.
Last one from me. Australian boxing is booming at the moment. We've probably never seen it at a stage like this. You've got world champions all over the show now. Do you want to headline back in Australia next?
Absolutely. Australian boxing's flying at the moment. We've got multiple world champions, and we're about to have 2 more in May. And yeah, absolutely. The plan is for me and Jason to get hold of these belts and headline a huge card back home in Australia. And yeah, I can't wait for that.
Thank you very much for your time, Andrew. Really appreciate it.
No, pleasure. Thank you.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.